Right, what is up YouTube? Thanks for watching another video. Now you've probably heard the news already. It broke quite early today, here in the UK anyway, that Microsoft have confirmed all the rumours surrounding the Xbox One. Of course, all those rumours since the Microsoft conference a few weeks back, surrounding the used games can't be played on the console and it has to be connected to the internet 24 hours a day. All of these rumours that weren't officially confirmed or anything or denied by Microsoft, but today they've confirmed it's all true. Of course, everyone was hoping it wasn't going to be true because it's a crazy decision. In my opinion, it's probably the worst decision I've ever seen from Sony or Microsoft or anything like that. It's crazy, these decisions. So let's talk a little bit about each one they've talked about. So first up, it will require an internet connection, not 24 hours a day, but you have to connect to the internet after 24 hours. If you say you're playing offline gaming, you can offline a game for 24 hours. You can play it offline for a whole day. After that 24 hours, that's it. You can't play anything. It cuts off. Your games will just stop. You can't play anything. All you can do is watch DVDs or watch Blu-rays or watch some of your TV subscription, but you can't play any games. Now, this is supposedly because they want the game to be perfectly kind of running. They want to apply the updates, so they do daily checks of the game, of course wanting you to connect to the internet daily so they can apply these little updates to the game so you're getting the most out of your game without having to download huge patches and wait and everything. But this is terrible in my opinion, because there's so many scenarios that could deny you gaming time. When you've paid all this money for a games console and at some point and something out of your own control stops you playing these games, that can't be right. That is just not right in my opinion. Say one thing I thought of that happened to me when I moved into this house. Of course, you might remember if you're a long time subscriber, I used to do my videos in my old house. And I moved house and I didn't upload any videos for ages because I had no internet connection. We had to stop the internet in the old house, and it took a few weeks for us to kind of book a date for the broadband internet to be kind of hooked up in this house. So I wasn't online for 2 weeks or so. I'm not going to be able to offline game. If I've got some single player games I want to be getting on with, I can't do that. So I've been denied gaming time. So you have to have internet connection. Of course, it's 21st century, it's 2013. Everyone who probably buys next gen consoles are going to have a good broadband internet. But that doesn't stop things from happening, such as downtime. When your internet goes down for maintenance, okay, it's not that often at all, but like I said, especially things like if you move house or anything like that, you can't play games, you're denied games, and that's terrible in my opinion. That is really disgusting, because that is, like I said, you've put loads of money into that console, and for you to be told, and there's no choice, you just can't play games on it. It's terrible in my opinion. So I really just can't get my head around that. So the next thing they confirmed was the whole sort of pre-owned game saga that was going on, with people saying that all the pre-owned games are blocked on the console. That's not really been confirmed. What they've confirmed is they're leaving that decision up to the publishers. So if the publisher is going to allow you to trade in these games, they'll allow it. I'm not really kind of too sure what's going on with the whole topic, but it makes me think that our PS4 are going to follow this route as well, because if they're leaving it up to the publishers, why are some publishers going to block the used games on an Xbox One but allow used games on a PS4? So that's why I'm thinking this is a strong hint that the same thing's going to happen on the PS4 with this whole used games thing. I hope it's not the case, because I don't buy used games that often, but I have been known to buy a couple in the past. I wouldn't buy sort of chart games pre-owned. I'd buy them really old games that I never got around to playing. I'd buy them pre-owned just to just because I wouldn't want to put so much money into a very old game. So that's the only time I do that. But I've been known to trade a few games in quite a lot. Admittedly, I don't trade in games as much as I do now. I used to do it loads when I didn't have a job, when I was a lot younger. I used to do that. That was my way of getting new games. And occasionally now I do trade in the odd game. I do trade in games that get quite old. So the WWE games, for example, if I didn't trade those in, I would have all the WWE games back to 2008, and I don't want that, so I do trade them in. So that's gonna hurt me if that does happen to PS4, because that's the console I'm choosing to go with. So that's, for me, that bit of news is a strong indication that maybe this is going to be happening on PS4 as well, if they're leaving the decision about games being traded in to the publisher. So who knows what's going to happen with that. We'll have to find out more at E3. And the next thing about sort of sharing your game and being able to lend it to friends and your family being able to play the games. Now, of course, when they talked about the Xbox One originally, they said once you put the disc into the console itself, it kind of locks to your console, and it's your game. It's saved on your hard drive, and that's it. You can't do anything more with the disc. You can't lend it to a friend. It's locked to you. Now, what they've said is, I've got it written down here. You can only sort of lend, say if you want to let your friend borrow a game, you can only let that friend borrow a game if they've been on your friends list for at least 30 days. Now, again, this is an awful decision again, I think. So imagine that someone comes up to you and say, oh, that game looks great, are you done with it, can I borrow it? You say, oh yeah, sure, there you go. You go home, he goes and puts it in his Xbox, and it just denies him right there. And then you find out, oh, you've only been on my friends list for a few days, you're going to have to wait 15 days before you can borrow it from me. What is the point? What is the actual need for it? I just don't understand. Yeah, I understand Microsoft are money hungry, and they want everyone to buy their games brand new in the charts. But I just don't see why. I don't get why they can't just follow suit what they did in this generation. Their sales weren't hurt by pre-owned game sales and people borrowing games from friends. They were still raking in the money. So I just don't get the decision of this. It's just going to put people off the console. Why would you do such a thing? So like I said, I think Xbox is going to have a slow death. I think it's going to skyrocket when it comes out. It's going to fly up the charts faster than the PS4. But I think slowly over time the PS4 is just going to kind of overtake that a little bit. If that is a big if, PS4 stays as kind of good as everyone's hoping it is. I want it to. Of course, I'm a huge Sony fan, and I'm definitely getting a PS4 day one. But let's not forget, Sony haven't announced everything about the PS4. We may be getting some of these controversial decisions. It's only that Microsoft have exposed their decisions so far. Maybe Sony might be sat cowering in the corner like, uh-oh, we've made these decisions as well. We've still got to announce these and no one knows about it. But I'm hoping that's not the case. I don't think that's the case, because Sony keep coming out and saying they're all about games and everything. They're all about delivering to the hardcore gamer, and things like this isn't going to please a gamer. So we've got a lot to talk about coming up to E3. There's going to be so much more news. I don't know how to divulge this information that Microsoft have just given me. I think those are awful decisions, really are. But yeah, guys, leave your comments down below on what you think about this, with Microsoft confirming all those rumours. So yeah, that's about it for this video. E3's coming up soon. It's going to be exciting. So yeah, like I said, leave your comments down below. Feel free to give this a like. I'd really appreciate that, and subscribe if you're new. I'd appreciate that as well, guys. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you on my next one.